Hey guys, in this video we're going to look at the input settings of the headrush pedal board and learn how the different pickups in your guitar can affect the overall sound of your rig. So what I have here is a Reverend Sensei with rail hammer pickups, and the pickups are a bit hotter compared to some other guitars that I have. So let's dive into the input section here. So if you go to your headrush screen and double tap on the N, you can see we have gain, gate thresh, gate release, noise filter, and USB level. So watch what happens when I play a chord. Now you can see that the signal goes all the way up to 0 and is pegging the top end. Now look what happens when I turn down the bass roll off on this bottom knob here. Alright, so just by turning down the bass roll off, it reduces the output of the pickup and I'm not hitting the top end of that LED as hard, which means I'm not going to be hitting the front end of the amplifier or the first pedals as hard as well. So how this gain parameter works, it's acting as a fader after the input signal. So essentially, I'm not going to be reducing the input of the LEDs going into the board, but I can turn down the gain, or I can turn up the gain, depending on where these LEDs are going. I kind of wish that the gain parameter did control the overall input going into the headrush, so that way you can use the LEDs to adjust per guitar how much input is actually going in, and you can save that as a preset. So for right now, we kind of just have to use our ears and dial in the sounds how we want. So let's go ahead and bring in an amplifier here. We'll just use the deluxe gain mod, and that's fine. So this is what the amp sounds like with no gain reduction. And as we start turning this down, we're actually going to be reducing level being sent to the front end of that amp. And it may take a little bit. And if I switch to a different pickup selection, to the middle selection, so I have to turn it down pretty drastically just to get a nice clean sound, but maybe you're not picking this guitar for the actual clean tone, because maybe you already like it a little bit dirty. So what I'm going to do now is switch to a different guitar. Alright, this is my 6-gun TL. It has a traditional 3 pickup Strat setup. And now let's look at the LEDs going into this amp. So you can see that the LEDs aren't going close to the top like the other pickups were. So what we can do is I can actually dial this up a little bit. Let's go to, start off with 3. Just keep raising it up till we peg the top. So you can see that the LEDs aren't being pegged on top because the pickups just don't produce as much output as the other pickups do. So all I can really do is just raise up the gain until I kind of hear the same amount of crunchiness. Alright, so let's say for example we're going to save this as a new preset. I'm going to call it 6-gun. And I'll go ahead and turn down the gate threshold and maybe adjust the noise filter. Alright, so we can save that. So if you're building a lot of rigs based off of a guitar that has hotter pickups, and then you switch to a different guitar that has not as hot of a pickup, then you may want to use the preset that you just created that bumps up the gain just a little bit, so that way the gain structure is similar from guitar to guitar and rig to rig. So I hope this helps you identify the level of the guitar signal coming in so your rigs can be more consistent. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe down below and click that bell. I will be releasing a lot more videos like this, giving you some short, quick tips on certain aspects of the Headrush pedal board. So thanks guys for watching. I'm Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.
So why do people call me Dr. McFarland? Because I heal people with sweet rock and roll.